Hi, everybody. I'm Chicago psychic medium and intuitive consultant, Mel Dorr. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've got my blue on, the blue wave. I just wanted to come on and reassure everybody that Biden is going to be our next president. There's still some states out there, but, it's funny, election night, I put my own video up. I was really excited. And then I joined Linda Grindle live on her YouTube channel, and we were watching it. And when the meeting ended, I called Linda, we spoke, and we're like, how could this be? How could, Trump be ahead in some of these states? And we're thinking, our guides can't be that wrong. And so she and I decided, let's don't be negative. And I stayed up well into the early hours of the morning, and then I saw Wisconsin turn. But before that, I think his name's James Cargill. If I'm mispronouncing his name, excuse me. He's a Southern gentleman. He's a political strategist, and I love his accent. He said, put your razor blades and your Ambien on the shelf. And he explained that a lot of in-person votes were Republican, but yet they hadn't got to some of the more populated areas in certain states to count those votes, like the mail-in and the ones in drop boxes. So, as I said, I saw Wisconsin change, and then I saw Nevada start to change. I think it'll be a while before we get results on that. And then I saw Arizona change, and I'm like, whoa. I missed a few things. I'll admit, I thought Lindsey Graham would get voted out. And I thought the Democrats would take over the Senate. But, that's not over yet. I understand there's going to have to be a runoff. I think it's in Georgia, because I think if somebody gets less than 50% of the vote, there has to be a runoff. So that'll help us if we win. I'll think about that, and I'll let you know about that later. So I think it'll probably be tomorrow before we get more results. Lindsey Graham, I want to talk about that for a second. Maybe sometimes it's better for him to have to face his Waterloo. So he was reelected, and I'm really anxious to see how Mr. Graham Cracker is going to backpedal and see how he explains some of his behavior. I think he'll lose a lot of credibility. He's lost a lot of credibility. And I don't see him finishing a 6-year term for some reason. I just don't. I don't know why yet. I'll look into it. I'll ask my guides. But sometimes maybe it's karmically better for him to have to face some of the things he's done. I think we're starting to awaken from our dark night of the soul. Mitch McConnell was not defeated. If he still stays as majority speaker of the Senate, or majority leader of the Senate, I still see he's going to have to face some issues with some of the things he's pulled. He'll try to stonewall everything that Biden does, but he will not succeed. The thing that concerned me a little bit was that, the Republicans gained some seats in the House of Representatives. So I think it was they now have 209 seats. So we have to be really, really, really careful and do our due diligence, because, in 2 years, when those seats come up again, we got to make sure that we can hold the House and hopefully the Senate. I see lots of reforms coming, lots of election reform. And I know that, a lot of people are going to try to be obstructionist with Biden. My guides tell me this. I only see him as a one-term president. At some point, I see Kamala Harris as a president. So I just wanted to come on and assure everybody that typhoid Trump, diphtheria Donald, um, loses, he is losing. Um, he's gonna pull some shenanigans. As my friend Beverly Kirby said, buckle up, it's gonna be a wild ride. And you know, I talked to her the morning after the election, and I said, what's going on? And she said, um, she still saw Biden winning. I talked to her the night of the election, before the election, and she said that Trump is going to declare victory, which I predicted he'd do. And she also predicted that, you know, he would say that and it's going to look like he's won, but then he will not win. And that's exactly what's happening. You know, it looks like, though, that this is a razor thin race. However, if you look at the popular vote, Biden has really done very, very well with the popular vote, extremely well. So I think that could have well been maybe some of the landslide that Linda Grindle predicted. At any rate, everybody take your blood pressure. In the South where I come from, we used to say, I'm nipping the vanilla, because the vanilla extract has like 60% alcohol. So if you can't hold your patience, nip the vanilla. Don't get your underwear in a bunch. Biden will be our next president. I'll be on with more videos, but I just kind of wanted to touch base and just kind of ease everybody's fears. So I wanted to get on sooner, but I had to go to 2 wakes, one on Zoom, and I had to go to one in person with masks, social distancing. So condolences to my friend Joanne and her family. I'm sure her mother Marie is in spirit. And our Aunt Mary in California, I'm sure that she's in spirit. Mary, we love you. And also, I'm recuperating from a car accident. I was in a terrible car accident. I was rear-ended, and I sustained neck and back injuries. And so I'm hanging in there. But thank you for all your well wishes. At any rate, this is not about me. This is about us rejoicing that the Twilight Zone is about to end. You know, it reminds me of what Ruth Bader Ginsburg showed me in the dream that I had about her, where there was this darkness and these dark fingers touching almost everything, and everything it touched became dark. And then there was this little glimmer of light, and the darkness tried to push it aside, and the light got bigger, and the darkness kept trying to overtake it, but the light got bigger and bigger and was able to push the darkness back. The darkness did not go away. It was just pushed back. So I asked my guides, what lesson is this for us? The lesson is we all need to vote. The lesson is do not take our democracy. Do not take it lightly. It's very precious and it's very fragile. And I'm sure if Trump had won again, our democracy would have gone out the window. You know, he's challenging lawsuits in these states, and you know, he's not going to go away easily. Trump doesn't like to lose. He's going to, my guides say, and we know this, he's going to go away screaming and kicking and crying like the spoiled little brat that he really is. It just shows the way he's behaving that he has no moral compass. How about be a human and a gentleman and say, okay, at some point I concede. You know, this is not about Donald. This is about America. And I really think that America will be healing from the wounds that have been inflicted on us by Donald Trump. At least that's what my guides tell me. So remember, our democracy is precious and it's fragile. And Donald Trump damn near destroyed it. As I said, he's going to pull all kinds of frivolous lawsuits. And the thing that made me laugh was in one state, he wants them to stop counting the votes. And in another state, he wants them to count the votes. I'm like, what is that about? I get it. But he's not going to win those lawsuits. He can even try something called a nuclear option, but even that won't work. I mean, the vote is the vote. And if he takes it to the court, my feeling is they will not rule in his favor because they've already set legal precedent on how they have ruled in state elections. So my guides tell me that we have our democracy back, that we're awakening from the dark night of the soul. We're about to awaken from the twilight zone. And so let's breathe, get our bottle of vanilla and a big straw, And when this is over, take a big gulp. I wish you the best. Namaste. And I'll be back on soon. Bye-bye.